Hey entrepreneurs, I'm Elesha Jacobs and I'm helping overwhelmed entrepreneurs use technology that boosts their productivity and elevate their life that is not rooted in burnout. Today's video, I'm going to be sharing with you how I approach automation through my consultations. I do not want to spend a whole lot of time sending emails, reminding people of their consultation calls, and all the things. Yes, we know that we can automate these processes, but a lot of times for us as online entrepreneurs, we like to do everything, and this is a result of burnout and stress and tiredness and sacrificing time when you can be focused on other things. Okay, so for my service business, the reason why I'm using my business as an example because of my confidentiality with my clients. I'm not going to show you any client work, but I'm going to show you behind my business how I would approach automation and using systems or using tech in general to boost my productivity so I can have more time to either show up for my clients, do client work, and also do the other things that I love inside and outside of my business. When it comes to automating my consultations, there are a few key things that I want to keep in mind. One, I don't want to be in that process at all. I want persons who want to speak with me, whether they want me to assess their business to see if we're a good fit to work together, or it's a consultation maybe for a specific service or a specific project. I do not want to be in that process at all. From the time they jump on my website or the link in my bio for my social profiles, they should be able to onboard themselves into a consultation call, and also they receive all the necessary documentation and correspondence. I am nowhere inside of that process. I'm able to focus on projects. I'm able to focus on my clients. I'm able to focus on all the other things inside of my business and not having to worry about onboarding somebody for something as simple as a consultation. And so, first thing you need to ensure when it comes to automating that process is choosing the right tool. Every business have different needs, every business is structured differently, and so what I may use as illustration inside of this series is, I am not saying that you have to use it, okay? You don't have to use it, but the principles of what I'm going to be sharing, you can apply it in any tool or any software solution. And so for my example, I'm going to be using CC360 as the backend side of my consultation calls. You can apply this in Calendly, you can apply this in Keep, you can apply this in Acuity. If I'm pronouncing it correctly. Now, the second thing is to have a visual outline of what that process would look like and how you want to automate that process. So let's go into what that actually looks like for on your end. All right. So the first thing I like to do, and I do this with my clients as well, when we're doing our strategy sessions, is ensuring that they can see a visual of what that actual process would look like, fully automated. So in this process, I would like to first have my link in bio. So I know I have my link in bio page, and I know that this is going to be traffic from social media. And because this is traffic from social media, I know that I'm doing a lot of my content marketing through social medias. I have that. Now, when persons come into contact with my content, the next thing I want them to do is to go to that link in bio page where there is a clear call to action of what they need to do to either apply to work with me, or they can simply book a call, whether it's a paid consultation or it's a free 50-minute or a 30-minute consultation. Now, for the case of my automated scale service, I would like them to apply to work with me. The reason why I'm using this approach is because I would like to see where they are. So when I jump on that consultation call with them, I can know how to steer that conversation, get more clarity, and then I jump into how I can actually serve them if we are a good fit, and then we discuss all the things on that call. Now, again, some businesses, especially if you're an agency, a creative agency, you might want to take this approach. So you're filtering people out. Or if you want to take the direct approach where they can actually book a consultation call right off the bat, whether they pay a certain amount of money and then is deducted from their overall service costs if they do decide to go forward with you, that is another approach. This is why I'm saying every business has a different process and a different way they would like to do things when it comes to engaging with a lead or their potential customers. No, so for my business, I from the link in bio page, I want to take them to an application. And so that application form is going to fill out some basic information. It gives me some basic details that takes me into the consultation call. So I don't waste too much time on that timed call. All right. So from the application, I know a few things are going to happen. They're going to receive a thank you page, and that thank you page is going to give them details on what is to come next. And on the back end, these are the things that I need my system to automate. These are the things that I need my system to automate. I needed to automate my emails and reminders. All right. So on the back end of that, I know for a fact that they're going to have a confirmation email. They're going to have a 24-hour reminder. They're going to have a 1-hour reminder. They're going to have, and depending, this is again flexible. If you want to put it in, you can put a 15-minute reminder as well. But depending on your system, you can see that 15-minute reminder can be SMS. The only time I'm coming into this process is when I'm jumping on the call with them on that date, and because I'm checking my calendar and I'm scheduling my days of when I want to accept consultations. So that is another key thing when it comes to ensuring that you are not overbooking yourself, because you have to learn time management as an entrepreneur so you are not burnt out. So if you know on Tuesdays you're accepting consultation calls, that's how you set up your calendar. If you have 3 days out of the week you're do consultation calls within a certain time frame, you set up your calendar like that. So with that being said, I also want to do, once that 50-minute reminder goes out, I meet with them, we have a good conversation, then I want to have an automated follow-up session with them. So that automated follow-up is going to be a recap email. All right, and those recap emails would include what's next. Do forgive my handwriting. So it's going to include what's next. And then I would have 2 additional emails. If they did not take action, what those 2 additional emails will give them other options in how they can either stay connected with me and how they can continue to stay within my community, whether it's on social, whether it's the YouTube channel, or whether it's my weekly newsletter. So I have a pictorial representation of this is what I want the process to look like. And so now I'm going to think, okay, once I have this process down, I need now to go into the tool that I'm going to use to accomplish this. Does my tool allow me to connect with my landing page or my website on the back end? Does my tool allow me to automate the emails that I want to send out? Does my tool allow me to send out reminder emails? So all of those things I will be looking for if I'm going to either looking to choose a solution, or I already have a system, but also that system needs to have those functionalities. If you're now starting out and you're now setting up your um, consultation calls, what I would advise you to do is start simple, and then as you go along and you improve on the process. For me, because I have been doing this for a while, I kind of already know what my clients need and what I need. So I skip this whole process and I get right into building. For you, if you're doing it on your own, then you would need to have, I would advise you to outline it like what how I showed you, and then go into your system. Okay, so once they visit my link tree from any social platform, they will see how they can work with me. So you need to apply to work with me. So this is from social. You come onto my link in bio page, and I'm going to be very direct on where you need to go. All right. So when they click on work with me, it takes them to the automated scale application form. This is where I want them to fill up this application to apply to work with us. Now, this is where I'm gathering information that gives me a little idea of who I'm going to be talking with on that consultation call, and also have some key data. And if I need any clarifications, I would know how to structure my questions so that the consultation can run in a certain way. I kind of have a script of how that consultation should run. All right. So I'm collecting basic information. I want them to tell me about their brand and their business. What are the areas that need immediate attention? Which service they are interested in? And what are their outcomes? What is it they're looking for with regards to their business or their back end operations? Based on the information that they give me, this is going to help me to navigate or structure the conversation that we will have inside of the consultation call. It's very important for you, if you're going to implement an application process, to have a clear, defined outcome at the end of that conversation. But also, it's a guide for you to use to navigate that conversation and not have it go over the 50-minute or the 30-minute or 20-minute mark that you have set for each consultation call, if that makes sense. All right. And so, after they would have filled this up, they will be taken to a thank you page, thanking them for uh, filling in the application, and they can check their emails for their next steps instructions. Now, this is where the back end comes in and is super, super important. Here is where I have my consultation workflow. And so the inside of the workflow is everything that is automated on the back end. So I have two sets of workflows going. So once a lead submits that inquiry form to work with us, I would like the system to tag them as a lead, and then I want to send them an invitation email. And so that invitation email is basically, pull this in a little. Okay. So the invitation email is basically going to say, we've received your submitted application to work with us. We want to extend a complimentary 30-minute consultation call to learn more about your business needs and how we can support you. Please book your session here. Now, when they click on book their session, this is where it takes them to this calendar. Now, out of the entire week, I have slated 3 days to take consultation calls, but at specific times. The reason why I'm doing this, because when I'm setting up my calendar, I'm taking into the account that I have a whole business to run. I have things out to do outside of my business. I do have client projects, and I also have other things that I'm doing, whether it's studying or whatever it is. And so when you are creating processes or when you are creating your calendar, you want to ensure that you are structuring those processes and even your calendar around how you work. I work between a specific time frame each day, and within that time frame I have blocks of times that I actually use to get certain things done. So I'm not going to have my entire calendar open up to take calls at any time of the day. That is a recipe for burnout and tiredness. And then you are going to not be able to show up and serve for your content, for your clients, and all the things in your most efficient way because you are tired. Okay, and so with that, I have specified that on these 3 days, these are my times of accepting these different consultation calls. Whether it's on Tuesday between 12 to 2, whether it's on Wednesday the same time, or whether it's on Thursday between 10 and 4. All right, and I have structured this because of all the other things that I have going on. Once they have selected their time and they put in their details, and they click schedule meeting, this is what is actually happening on the back end of my system that is totally automated. Again, I am nowhere in this process. The only time I'm showing up is for the content that I produce on social media and at the time that they select to meet with me for that call. Once they receive that email and they go through their bookings, on the back end, I'm entering them into a sales pipeline. And so this sales pipeline is more or less a part of the onboarding process of, if they do pay their invoice, then another workflow kicks in on all of the things. All right, so they're added into my sales pipeline. All right, so here is where we're going to go into our calendar workflow, and this is where we would have what that appointment confirmation and reminder looks like. Again, every system or every solution that you use, they would have this integrated within the calendar feature. But for me, because I want to have stuff highly personalized and it's on brand and it's in correlation to the identity of my business and brand, I like to do a little more personalization with the emails and the reminders. And so once the trigger for this automation is once the appointment is booked or it's auto confirmed, I want them to receive a confirmation email with all their details and how they can add it to their calendar so they be reminded. Once they get that confirmation email, they're going to receive a 24-hour reminder email telling them that their meeting is 24 hours. I provide the links, the date, the location, and all the things. Then 1 hour before the appointment, I send out another email reminding them that we will be meeting within 1 hour. Then, apart from that 1 hour email, because of the system that I'm using, it does gives me the capability of having SMS. So I'm going to send out an SMS reminder. Hey, this is a friendly reminder that our appointment is in 1 hour. A lot of times it's good to have this because an email can go out and people can miss that email, but if they get a text message, that's super super important. That is why from all the way back I did include to collect their phone number, and even on their consultation calendar as well, I asked for their phone number, and this is for the purpose of having that phone number. Then I'm going to wait 5 minutes before, and I'm going to send another 5 minute email that your appointment is starting. And then I'm going to send an SMS as well. And basically, this is the end of the appointment confirmation and reminder. One of the key things I want you to remember with the emails and the messages, from the time I've started to now, those emails and messages have condensed tremendously because I used to put a lot of information in my confirmation emails, like the agenda for the meeting and all of the things. I've stopped doing that because I find that though you can put all of that inside of an email, people are still going to not read it, or they will come to the meeting not remembering the agenda. But again, based on the type of business you have, based on the services that you provide, you may need to put in your agenda. You may need to maybe put in some pre-stuff that they may need to have, or information that you may need to ask them on the call. So you want to prepare them for the call. You can also customize those emails and those messages to suit what it is you are looking to get out of that meeting and maximize the most out of that meeting. Now, here was the catch with this. I have a follow-up system And I'm going to share that in our second part of this series of how you can automate the follow-up. So with the follow-up, there's some other tools that I use to there's some other tools that I use to automate the follow up. So during the meeting, I have a tool, an AI running that captures and summarizes the entire meeting. I'm going to show you how I take that information, how I send the recap email, and also how I automate the follow up process. So I'll see you guys in the next video. I hope that this has been helpful. Please let me know in the comments down below what it is you would like me to show you when it comes to automating key processes inside of your business, and definitely I would record it for you. All right, so let me know in the comments. Also, if you want a full in-depth tutorial on how you can start leveraging or putting your business on autopilot, I do have the autopilot cash flow course. You can check it out down below. You have lifetime access to that course as well. So I'll see you guys in the next part of Automate with Me.